Our quaint New England town lay blanketed in pristine snow, the result of an intense overnight snowfall. Standing by the frosted window pane, clutching a steaming cup of tea, I watched as the early January sunlight cast ethereal shadows across the silent streets. The stillness outside felt almost sacred, a reminder of the quiet spaces that had formed in my life since Paul's departure when my ex-husband Paul left. He created a void that Sam and I had to learn to fill together. Sam was barely 4 at the time, just a child trying to understand why his father wasn't coming home. Though challenging, we persevered and built something beautiful from the pieces. He became my anchor, my greatest joy in life. Now, at 21, Sam was blossoming into his own person. I found myself contemplating my own aspirations, wondering if they had grown too vast for our small-town existence. The sound of confident footsteps descending the stairs pulled me from my reverie. They echoed with the self-assurance that Sam now carried himself with. He entered the kitchen, dressed in slacks and a woolen sweater, his beloved camera hanging from his shoulder. His face radiated warmth, despite the winter chill, greeting me with a cheerful, "Good morning, Mom," and a gentle kiss on my cheek. The scratchy touch of his returning beard served as another reminder of his maturity. "Good morning, darling. What brings you out so early?" I inquired. "I'm heading to the lake," he replied, enthusiasm evident in his voice. "The post-snowfall light is perfect, and I want to capture it before it shifts." A surge of pride filled my chest as I nodded. Sam had always possessed a unique ability to find beauty in the overlooked details, which explained why his photographs told stories rather than merely capturing moments. "Would you like company?" The words surprised even me as they left my lips. I typically respected his artistic solitude, but today felt different. His eyes lit up with unexpected joy. "You'd really come along," I responded with a smile. "Absolutely. It's been ages since I've seen the lake in winter." We bundled up against the cold and ventured out. The crisp air nipped at our exposed skin as we traversed the snow-covered streets. Though the lake wasn't far, the journey felt meditative and peaceful. The view that greeted us at the shoreline was breathtaking. The lake's surface mirrored the pale sky and stark trees surrounding it. Crystalline frost clung to the branches, sparkling like diamonds in the early morning light. Sam wasted no time setting up his equipment, carefully, adjusting angles for the perfect shot. I found myself mesmerized by his focused gaze and the way his hands moved with both precision and passion. In those moments, I caught glimpses of Paul, not the man who abandoned us, but the dreamer I had fallen in love with so long ago. "Mom." Sam's voice gently pulled me from my thoughts. He gazed at me with a tender smile, his head tilted slightly to one side. "Just lost in thought," I said, brushing off the snow that had settled on my winter coat. "You remind me of your father when you work," I admitted softly. To my surprise, the mention of Paul didn't trigger any negative reaction. Though Sam rarely spoke of him today, his features softened noticeably. "Do you still miss him?" he asked quietly. I considered the question carefully before nodding. "Not in the way you might think. I miss the family. We could have been the potential that was there, but I've made peace with how things turned out. It gave me more time with you." Sam's eyes met mine, and words became unnecessary in that moment. He set his camera down and moved closer, enveloping me in a warm embrace. Through my layers of clothing, I could feel his warmth, and for the first time in years, I experienced a profound sense of security. "I'm grateful it's just us," he murmured. "I wouldn't change a thing about it." Tears welled up in my eyes, but I quickly blinked them away. "Neither would I whispered back. We remained by the lakeside until the morning sun had melted away the frost and snow. Sam captured everything. The glint of sunlight on the icy surface, the gentle ripples where water met frozen shore, and the delicate fox prints weaving through the trees. Watching him work, I had an epiphany. My son had grown beyond being just my child. He'd become his own person, with his own aspirations. Yet I knew our bond would remain unbreakable, regardless of where his dreams might lead him. I watched him with pride as we began our journey home. "Sam, yes, make me a promise." "Anything, Mom. Always seek out beauty in the world. We need more of that." His smile created small clouds of breath in the cold air. "I promise, Mom." As we walked through the snow together, I felt a subtle shift, as if spring had secretly arrived, warming me from within. "You know something?" Sam began throwing me a mischievous glance. "I finally understand why my recent photographs haven't been getting much attention." He continued, his tone becoming more serious. I tilted my head curiously at his sudden declaration. He paused, mid-step, raised his camera, and pointed it directly at me. "The perfect subject has been right in front of me all along," he continued with a playful grin. I laughed, brushing off more snow that had accumulated on my coat. "Are you referring to me? Maybe," he replied with a teasing smile. "Sam, I'm hardly what anyone would consider photogenic," I protested softly. Instead of responding immediately, he lifted his camera and captured a shot before I could voice any objection. After a thoughtful pause, he finally spoke. "That's where you're completely mistaken. You possess a rare kind of beauty. It's not about having flawless features. It's about capturing the essence of a person's soul, and you're extraordinary." The warmth that spread across my cheeks had nothing to do with the winter chill. "You certainly have a way with words," I managed to say, trying to mask my emotion. His response was a playful grin. He quipped that it was all part of his charm. The lighthearted banter continued throughout our walk home, with Sam periodically stopping to take photos while making witty observations and sharing inside jokes that belonged exclusively to our little world. By the time we reached the house, my face ached from smiling, but it was the most wonderful kind of discomfort. His boots created a familiar rhythm on the wooden floorboards as we entered. "Wait until you see these shots," he announced. "I hope you know I'll need final approval," I teased, unwinding my scarf and hanging it near the entrance. He shot me an amused look as he headed toward the stairs. "Don't be surprised if they exceed your expectations," he called back. As I busied myself with tidying up, I couldn't suppress my quiet laughter. The warmth of our exchange lingered in the air. True to his nature, Sam disappeared into his creative sanctuary for the remainder of the day. The gentle sounds of music mingled with the subtle clicks of his camera filtered down from his room. His complete immersion in his craft was evident. The next morning, I was awakened by the inviting aroma of fresh coffee. I stretched lazily beneath my covers, reluctant to face the chilly January air. Just as I was contemplating a few more minutes of warmth, the door creaked open. There stood Sam bearing a tray, laden with a steaming cup of coffee, a birthday muffin complete with candle, and a small vase of flowers. "Happy birthday, Mom," he whispered, his voice rich with affection. "Oh, Sam," I breathed, sitting up as emotion threatened to overwhelm me. "You shouldn't have gone to all this trouble." "Of course I should have," he replied, placing the tray on my lap. "You deserve every bit of it." Deserve. He settled on the bed's edge, watching contentedly as I sipped my coffee and made my birthday wish. The coffee was prepared exactly as I preferred it. The thoughtfulness behind the gesture made the day feel special from its very first moments. The hours drifted by in a gentle rhythm of shared smiles and comfortable silences. The house settled into its familiar evening stillness, a tranquility that drew me to nestle on the couch with my book. The soft padding of Sam's footsteps descending the stairs didn't reach my ears until the midnight hour approached. He entered the living room, a sophisticated black box in his grasp. His expression remained neutral, but his eyes danced with barely contained excitement. Standing before me, he announced, "Mom, I've saved one more birthday surprise for you." Setting my book aside, I offered him a warm smile. "Sam, you've already made today so special." "What's this?" His response was playful. "Why don't you open it and find out?" His tone held a hint of mischief. As I lifted the lid, I discovered delicate layers of tissue paper concealing the contents. Beneath lay an elegant set of black lingerie accompanied by an exquisitely soft satin robe that seemed almost too delicate to touch. I found myself momentarily speechless, staring at the contents. "Sam," I began, my voice trembling slightly. "This is beautiful." His grin widened as he interrupted. "There's more to come. Try these on and head upstairs." I hesitated at his suggestion, uncertain how to respond. Yet his infectious enthusiasm was difficult to resist. Finding my courage, I agreed and carried the box to my room. After changing into the intimate ensemble, I ascended the stairs, a mixture of anticipation and nervousness fluttering in my chest. Opening his door left me stunned into silence. The room was bathed in a sensual red glow from draped lamps. A gleaming metal pole dominated the center space, while a discreet machine in the corner released gentle wisps of smoke. An elegant black leather cat mask rested on a nearby table. Sam stood holding his camera, his voice genuine and encouraging, as he said, "You look stunning." Extending the mask toward me, he added, "Wear this. It'll make the photos even more striking." Despite my uncertainty, his reassuring smile provided comfort. "Let's have some fun," he murmured softly. "You're always taking care of others. Let me do this for you." Drawing a deep breath, I donned the mask and stepped into the crimson light. Upbeat music filled the space, its rhythm infectious. Though initially self-conscious, Sam's enthusiastic encouragement and laughter soon put me at ease. He guided me with gentle direction, capturing moments both playful and alluring. Lowering his camera briefly, he remarked, "You're a natural at this. Simply incredible. I don't think you realize it." His candid observation caught me off guard. As our eyes met through the red-tinted atmosphere, something shifted perceptibly between us. The evening held more significance than just a photo shoot and celebration. It was about discovering a deeper connection. As the night progressed, I found myself completely at ease with him, releasing my inhibitions to embrace the moment surrounded by the crimson glow and gentle haze from the smoke machine. Music pulsated through the space, and I discovered myself filled with an unexpected lightness, reconnecting with aspects of my personality that had long been dormant. Sam paused, his expression turning contemplative. "You're truly remarkable." He observed, his tone carrying genuine admiration. "It's like you've been keeping all this confidence hidden away." I responded with a gentle laugh, shaking my head. "Hidden? Oh, Sam, trust me. This isn't exactly my typical Thursday evening routine." Sam's lips curved into a knowing smile. "You've got talent, and I suspect you're enjoying this more than you're willing to admit." His playful observation made me laugh, perhaps because there was truth in his words. Being truly seen felt simultaneously liberating and exposing. A long-forgotten memory surfaced, one that had been buried beneath years of responsibilities and daily obligations. "Think this is impressive," I teased, striking a pose with crossed arms and a mischievous expression. "You haven't witnessed my full repertoire." Sam's eyebrow arched with intrigue. "Oh, what other secrets are you harboring?" In response, I shed my satin robe, revealing the delicate lingerie beneath. "I used to take pole dancing classes, seeing. I confessed, some of the moves are still ingrained in my muscle memory." His eyes widened dramatically as he took several steps back, camera at the ready. "Now that's something I have to see." "Very well," I declared with mock solemnity. But no laughing allowed. An electric anticipation filled the room as I approached the silver pole. Despite the years that had passed, muscle memory remained faithful. Removing my shoes, I grasped the pole and executed a seamless climb before transitioning into a fluid spin. The smoothness of my movements reflected countless hours of past practice. Sam stood transfixed, and for a brief moment I forgot about the camera as I flowed through a sequence of moves I didn't realize I still possessed. A graceful cartwheel, followed by a fireman's spin, and even a daring ascent up the pole. As I descended, the red light created dancing reflections on the metallic surface, my movements confident and precise. Upon landing, I turned to find Sam applauding enthusiastically, his face lit with genuine amazement. Approaching me, he exclaimed, "Mom, that was incredible. How did I never know you could do that?" I offered a modest shrug, breathless but exhilarated. "That was from another lifetime." I reminisced about my dance classes before Sam's birth. Surprised that the skills had endured, "I never imagined I'd retain these abilities," I mused. Sam's voice softened with admiration, his pride evident in every word. "You're absolutely stunning." He breathed his compliment, carrying genuine weight. The sincerity in his tone caught me off guard. He stepped forward, placing a gentle kiss on my cheek. His affection radiated warmth that touched my heart deeply. "You truly look magnificent tonight," he affirmed, creating space between us. "I mean every word of that." For a moment, words escaped me. The depth of the moment was amplified by his warm smile and the authentic respect that resonated in his words. Quietly, I expressed my gratitude while adjusting the robe around my shoulders. "Thank you, Sam." The house's stillness became more pronounced as the music transitioned to a gentler melody. Everything beyond his room seemed distant and insignificant. In this intimate space, our connection transcended ordinary bounds, creating something ineffable. Sam retrieved his camera, raising it with enthusiasm. "Would you mind one final photograph?" "Nothing elaborate, just you and the pole." Though hesitant, his encouraging expression made resistance futile. I positioned myself against the pole with subtle grace, allowing the robe to drape naturally. Our eyes connected through the camera's lens. The flash captured an eternal moment. As he lowered the camera, he remarked, "Perfect, you're a natural at this." I responded with a light laugh and gentle headshake. "You're the talented photographer here." He moved closer, his expression softening. "Perhaps," he replied, "but I think you're giving me too much credit." "Mom, you've always been extraordinary. I'm just fortunate to witness it." His words stopped me in my tracks. Despite our playful banter, this interaction held profound meaning. It felt like rediscovering a dormant aspect of our relationship. The evening drew to a close in peaceful tranquility. After Sam stored his camera, we shared laughter over late-night tea in the kitchen, discussing my impromptu performance. The atmosphere felt natural and comfortable, as if the night had strengthened our bond. Later, as I lay in bed, my mind swirled with various emotions: melancholy, joy, pride, and an indefinable sentiment. Sam had always been my anchor, my source of strength through life's challenges, but tonight he provided something unexpected, an opportunity to embrace life anew. Tomorrow promised better days ahead. As sleep approached, I reflected on the red lighting, our shared laughter, and the unbreakable connection between mother and son. The morning brought an unusual quietness to the house. As time passed, I found myself wondering about Sam's absence downstairs. Typically, he'd be in the kitchen by now, either brewing his morning coffee or tinkering with his photography equipment. The silence felt different today, carrying an air of change. Curiosity got the better of me, prompting me to check on him. I made my way upstairs, pausing briefly outside his door to listen. A soft murmur and subtle movements reached my ears, accompanied by the faint echo of his voice. I knocked gently, but didn't wait for a response. "Sam," I called out while pushing the door open. What I witnessed made me freeze in place. There he was, sprawled on his bed, camera in hand. The dim glow from the screen illuminated his face, and I instantly recognized the subject matter. They were photographs from last night, images of me in the satin robe enveloped in a gentle haze of smoke under the crimson lighting. Upon hearing my voice, he swiftly turned and switched off the camera. His cheeks flushed crimson as he straightened up, avoiding eye contact. "Oh, Mom," he stammered. "I didn't hear your knock." Stepping inside, I closed the door behind me. "It's all right," I assured him in gentle tones. "Why did you turn it off so quickly? I can see," I whispered, noting his downward gaze. "Show me." I offered a warm smile and settled beside him on the bed's edge. "You took those photos, Sam. I trust you. And I'd love to see what you've captured." He hesitated momentarily, his knuckles whitening around the camera. The blush remained on his face, spreading to his ear tips. After a brief pause, he exhaled, deeply nodded, and reluctantly handed me the camera. Eyes fixed on the floor, he explained, "I didn't mean to make things uncomfortable. I just wanted to ensure everything was perfect." I carefully took the camera, powered it on, and began browsing through the images. Each photograph held its own unique beauty. He had captured me in an unfamiliar light, blending strength, grace, and vulnerability in an almost otherworldly manner. Some shots showed me in moments of pure joy, head tilted back in genuine laughter. Others portrayed a more composed, controlled presence with the red lighting accentuating every nuance. "Sam," I said, my voice trembling as I studied the photographs. "These are absolutely incredible." He lifted his gaze slowly, his expression a delicate blend of uncertainty and anticipation. "Do you really mean that?" I met his questioning look with a firm nod. "Sam, you possess an extraordinary gift. The way you perceive the world, the way you see me through your lens, it leaves me speechless." A shy smile tugged at his lips, and I noticed the tension in his shoulders gradually melting away. His voice was barely above a whisper when he spoke. "I just wanted to show you how remarkable you are. Thank you for everything you've done for me, Mom." Setting the camera aside, I reached out and gave his hand a gentle squeeze. "Oh, Sam, you've already given me more than enough. How much more could you possibly know?" We sat in companionable silence, our unspoken emotions hanging in the air between us, weighty yet welcome. When I glanced at him again, his cheeks remained flushed, but his expression held a vulnerability that spoke volumes about his growth. "You're turning red," I teased lightly, attempting to ease the intensity of the moment. He responded with a soft chuckle, running his fingers through his hair. "I just wasn't expecting you to walk in while I was reviewing them," he admitted with a sheepish grin. As I returned the camera to him, I assured, "Don't be embarrassed. What you've created is beautiful, and I couldn't be more proud." His fingers brushed against mine as he accepted the camera, holding it close to his heart. "Thank you, Mom," he murmured, his voice thick with emotion. "It means everything. It means." Just as I had done the previous night, I leaned in and pressed a gentle kiss to his cheek. His skin was warm beneath my lips, and his smile radiated gratitude through glistening eyes. "Never doubt your talent, Sam," I told him as I stood. "Don't let anyone convince you otherwise." I pulled his door closed with careful slowness as I left. Walking away, I felt a surge of joy and love wash over me.